What is going on YouTube? It is your boy Sir Jorge D Great bringing you week 6, I believe, of the APM Juniors Division. This week we are facing off Jed and his Monterrey Suicunes. For those who don't know, Jed is actually a big fan of the San Ant Eggys of your boy Sir Jorge D Great, and I absolutely love the guy. He's very supportive of my channel and everything that I do, and honestly, he means a lot to me. He's also the owner, I believe, of the APM. He had to step in for somebody else, so these last 3 weeks we're actually facing off a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces that I know. Next week we face off Hacker, and then next week we face off Thriller, which we faced on this channel before. Anyways, if you guys are looking forward to all that stuff, then please by all means subscribe if you are not subscribed already. It is free, means a lot to me as well, and I would really appreciate it if you guys did. But anyways, if you guys missed a team builder, it will be right up there. Right up there, somewhere between these two, and I should go over the team, what I'm bringing, why I'm bringing it. But anyways, looking at the 6 that Jed brought, we can see the Weavile, we see the Claydol, we see the Charizard, we see the Hexaurus, we see the Blastoise, and we see the Machamp. So this is pretty much what I expected. I probably was expecting like Galarian Weezing to show up too, but there were a few things that I knew wasn't gonna come. So you know, I felt I was well prepared for most of the things. I think the one thing I was really prepared for was that Machamp, because our only like sort of way to deal with it would be with Arcanine or Galarian Rapidash, but he has Bullet Punch for Rapidash, which is very unfortunate. But anyways, looking as a lead for this matchup, honestly, there was no really bad matchup for our Pelipper. Really, because anything that came in on it, we could just Hurricane it or just Scald it, or Surf it, I'm sorry, rather. And we were going to do a lot of big damage. And looking at a lead for him, I either saw Claydol or, you know, maybe Weavile. And so at that, I was like, you know what, that's actually a pretty good matchup in my opinion. And so that's exactly what I decided to lead off here. Again, we get to fire off a pretty mean Hurricane or a Surf, and something that's going to take a lot of damage. So we're going to lead off with Pelipper here, as he does lead off with his Weavile. Here I was like, okay, we can either go for the Surf, which is a guaranteed kill, or we can predict like the Blastoise coming in, or really just the Blastoise coming in to take the Surf. And I decided, you know what, Hurricane had a lot of a chance to kill, no HP investment Weavile, and so I was like, you know what, we're feeling a little bit frisky because Blastoise cannot take 2 Hurricane. 2 choice pick Hurricane, so that's exactly what we decided to go for. I knew we could live the knockoff. No, that makes a lot more sense, huh? Anyways, so I decided to go for the Hurricane here, as he goes for the knockoff, knocking off our choice specs, and we do about 60% of him. I honestly forgot that he knocked off our choice specs. I was looking at the calculator, I was like, why is it doing so much less? I forgot he knocked it off. Anyways, that was a big brain fart on my part, now that I realized it. But anyways, we go for the Hurricane. We bring him down pretty low. Here I decide to preserve Nigel. I don't want to lose my reign too soon, as we get the confusion, which is very critical. But anyways, I decide, you know what, let's preserve Nigel. Let's just go into Ferrothorn. We can pretty much eat any hit he wants to throw at us because we are pretty bulky, because we're a Ferrothorn. We'll get Iron Barb damage, and unfortunately he does hit himself in confusion this turn, so he goes down to 3%. Here I decided to go for a nice Stealth Rock because they were free. Because if he goes for the knockoff, he's gonna kill himself. He has a chance to kill himself, and so yeah, I think he wants to keep the Weavile around just for the priority in Ice Shard. As we get a Rock, he goes to the Claydol. Here I'm just like, there's nothing much he can do to us. So I think here I go for the. Oh wow, I apologize. Let me get back to that turn real quick. I think I decided to go for the Power Whip. I thought it was 0 downside. Really, actually I could be wrong. So yeah, it goes into Claydol. We get our rocks up. Here I decided to just go for power. No, I double. No, I say in. No, I double into Pelipper. Yes, okay. Let me explain. So I thought he was gonna get his rocks up. He either could have clicked Rapid Spin or set up rocks. In my opinion, rocks could have been really good on him, unless he didn't have him on that. But no, he does have him on that Pokemon. But I just thought, you know what? If he gets up rocks and we can't get rid of them, and Nigel will die upon switching. So I thought, let's get Nigel in, let's scare this thing out, and it's exactly what we do. He goes into Charizard, and then here I decided to double my Nigel and go into Phalanx. I honestly was expecting, like, you know, a Dragon Dance would come off of this Charizard, and I knew Phalanx could live any one hit from this Charizard, including a Flare Blitz, because we are in the raid. So I decided to go into Locust Guard because we're choice banded, nothing's really going to take anything too well. And here he goes into his Blastoise. Here I'm like, if he starts setting up with Shell Smash, then we're in a pretty bad position. So instead, I decided to go for a close combat just to get as much damage. It didn't kill, unfortunately. It killed non-HP invested Blastoise, but I'm pretty sure he was HP invested. So I decided to go for the CC here. We do it over half, so this thing is gonna die in the next turn. Unfortunately, we are at -2 now. Jed put the boys march, and so he's gonna go for a rapid spin here. Do some damage to us, and then we just decide to stay in and go for them the close comeback. Secure the kill. As he goes for surf, we eat that hit, fortunately, and we are going to knock out this. Plus was the 69%. Nice. Fucking score goes, it's a secure the kill. We switch out, we go into Galarian Rapidash. We really don't have the best of switch-ins. I should have gotten probably Pelipper this turn so I can go into my Barraskewda, but we didn't do that. As he goes for the ancient power, and he gets the boost, 10% chance, and he gets it. And here I'm like, oh crap! I've lost to ancient power before. It was SSBL season 3 or 4. I believe we were playing Birditto, and he goes played off, and he gets the ancient power boost, and we couldn't do anything about it. We just lost from that point, and I'm like, oh no, he got the boost. And luckily, we had Mystical Fire this game. Otherwise, this thing would have been a complete threat. We could have lost immediately. So here, I just locked myself in Mystical Fire because I'm pretty sure this Pokemon is special rather than physical. And so I decided go for the best. Words Jorge. Go for the Mystical Fire, so we're lowering his special attack every single turn, guaranteed. And so its Earth's power, his Psychics are not doing that much. Next up, what we do, he actually is going to get a Rocks this turn, which is unfortunate. I go for Mystical Fire again. I'm lowering his special attack, so he is not a threat. But now that Rocks are up, Pelipper is going to die, which we've lost our rain. But that's the team we built. We don't have any other removal. That's what we to live with. So I'm gonna go for another Mystical Fire, make him -2. Again, Aries taking a bit of chip. In my opinion, I think she took too much chip right now, so I decided to switch her out because she's really good for the Hexforce, and she's really good for the Machop, unless the Machop has Bullet Punch. So I switch out Aries-chan, and I go into Ferrothorn because again, we can pretty much eat any hit. And I just decided to go for Leech Seed rather than Rocks because I thought Rocks, since we saw Charizard come in, he was heavy duty boots. So really, Charizard's not gonna, it's not gonna hurt the Machamp. It's not gonna really hurt the Tyrannosaurus. So here I go for Leech Seed as he goes into Charizard, and so I'm like Julio. Here I believe I decided to switch out, and I decided to sack off Shizaki here. The reason being, if he goes for like the Flare Blitz, I can Power Whip. He will do a bunch of recoil to himself. He does like 40% recoil, and then he gets Iron Barb damage, so he's under 50. And something else like the Galarian Predator, something like Arcanine can come in and just take it. So we go for the Power Whip. We do over 44%. Machamp comes in. Now I decide to switch out, and I think I go into Pelipper. I decide to sack this thing off to see what this matchup wants to go for. Obviously, close combat was against X is a close combat now. It's something I actually forget. And rather than because its guts burned, so close combat is into a lot more than dynamic punch. I sack off Nigel here because again we just needed to sack outlet to see what they wanted to go for. And as you can see, it's going to go for the close combat. So here I decided to go into my Arcanine, I believe, just to actually yes. Yeah, we go into Arcanine. We could have gone into we couldn't have gone to Galarian Punch because of Bullet Punch. We go into Arcanine, and here we decide to click for the Play Rough. And we get a crit on this Clay Dot. I don't think it mattered too much. In fact, I am willing to pull up the calculation via a new window because I don't believe that crit really mattered. My computer might explode on me. Give me 1 second. Also, there is something in this way. We're doing this live, folks. Okay, so I'm currently pulling up my calculations because I do not think if he was, we go to here, we go to Arcanine because we were Arcanine versus a Claydol, and I think his spread was max HP but no defense investment. I could be wrong on that, but I think that's what the council was telling me. Yeah, because a crit did 48%. Actually, he could have, based on this calculation, he might have not have any investment. Interesting. Well, anyways, he wasn't fully HP, and then if he wasn't Cobra Berry, which you'll see he was not, Crunch just did a disgusting amount. Yeah, so the crit really didn't matter. I think you can see that on the screen right now. The crit into the player off did not matter whatsoever, which is always something you like to see. We're gonna go for the crunch here. As he goes in Charizard, and Charizard does not take that as well. We go here. I decide again. I'm worried for a setup Charizard. I was worried for a setup Blastoise. So here I decide to stay in. I go for the Wild Charge just to eliminate this thing. I don't think you've seen all my moves just yet. I reveal the Wild Charge, and we knock out this Charizard. We're now on timer with Argodago, which is fine. Doesn't play it out again. I go for the crunch. Did not matter, as you can saw. It always killed. Based on our rolls. He was in Hexorus here. I'd stay in still, as he sets up Dragon Dance, and I'm like, thank goodness. Go for the play rough. We almost knocked this thing out. If we were adamant, no, actually no. If we were a Life Orb, we would have knocked him out. We were adamant this week. And then obviously he's gonna knock us out. Here I go into Ferrothorn, because again, he really can't do anything to us. The reason why I didn't go to Galarian Rapidash, I just didn't know whether or not he had outspeed me, or if he had like a poison jab for us. I think was our investment. We were at max beat Galarian Rapidash, if I remember that correctly. I didn't have much investment in my Galarian Rapidash, so he could have easily outsped us. So he's gonna go for Outrage, take a bunch of damage, and then I'm going for the Heavy Slam, knock this thing out, and he's gonna go into his Machamp. I'm gonna check off Shiozaki here, because again we were gonna get that Iron Barb's damage, and then also burn later on. Here I decided to go for a really, instead of going for differential, which we really should be going for, I decided to go into Phalanx. Phalanx can live the rocks, can live upon rocks entry, and so I was like, let's try to give the kill to Phalanx. You know, he's a real tripper. I love Phalanx. I want to make sure I want to at least try to make him kill leader, and he goes for the bullet punch, and I get real sad. I'm like, no, Lock and Scarred, you were supposed to get 2 kills and go up to 10. He's gonna go for the bullet punch. I actually told I put Jade, you suck. Just joking around, because I wanted Phalanx to get the kill. But Bear's gonna basically have this win. I doubt he died to a Machamp bullet punch. Let me double check. No, yeah, he just never did. Even was he did almost 24% to us. So we always lived that hit. And Machamp is gonna go down, and we're gonna win a nice 2-0 against Jed. Again, this was a very interesting match, especially because his Claydol got that boost. It was just terrifying. I was like, oh, okay. Honestly, it just sucked that we lost the rain very early in the game, but I thought, I thought we can get this Weavile in check, and it's not that big of a threat anymore. And that's really what my thought process was there. I could have led off with Galarian Rapidash, and in all honesty, have similar results. And yeah. Again, good game, Jed. It was a really fun match. I'm really glad I got to play you once at least. Thank you again for allowing me to be in this league. I've had a good time. I'm having a great run, as you can tell. 5-1. Your San Ant Eggys are now 5-1 for the season, which is bonkers in my. Honestly, it should be like 4-2, 3-3. There's been some close games, but you know we were able to sneak them out. But anyways, if you guys did enjoy this battle, then please by all means hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I've heard other YouTubers are charging for them, but not us. We are completely free. And yeah, you do know me as Sir Jorge the Great. Make sure you are the word of Eggy. And we will catch you guys in next week's battle against Hacker, if it happens or not. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.